Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Falcon Field. It's AC Flora baseball here, live on Definite Fiction. Of course, Alex Ross. Thank you for being here with me, whether you are listening or watching live. Of course, Jeff is doing girls soccer, meaning I'm by my lonesome today over here at the baseball diamond, but don't worry, it's going to be a fun one here without Jeff, even though he probably will join me around the middle of the game. Girls soccer should be done sooner than us. They did start about 20-ish minutes ago, maybe a little less, maybe like 15. So Jeff should be over here, maybe get some camera work. We'll rock and roll with what we got. But of course, if you're listening in from Camden, welcome. I haven't got to call a Camden game this season after felt like everything just didn't work out. We couldn't stream football. And then basketball, we had a lacrosse game, which Jeff coaches lacrosse. So Jeff and I were over at the lacrosse fields calling that scrimmage. And then baseball, of course, Jeff was in Vegas. So I got stuck coming to the game watching AC Flora in Camden, but I didn't get to call it. So I'm looking forward to a great game between the Bulldogs and the Falcons. Two teams that have matched up earlier this season. Both went in the way of AC Flora. AC Flora won by a combined 22-2 against the Bulldogs of Camden. However, Camden comes in scorching hot, winners of 8 of their last 9. AC Flora not too shabby themselves ever since that loss to Hammond. They have been very solid as well. I believe 7-2. So it should be a ton of fun here tonight at Falcon Field. I'm going to step away national anthem. We'll do starting lineups, and then I'll get y'all ready to rock and roll with what should be a great game 2 here in the SCHSL playoffs. Be right back. The grill seems like it got a little too smoky during that national anthem. I'll let Jim take it away here. Starting lineups, and I'll go over both the Bulldogs and the Falcons right after that. Of course, take it away, Mr. Stevens.
Ladies and gentlemen, Falcon fans, stand up, put your hands together, and welcome your Falcons. In left field, number 15, Zach Sneed. Center fielder, number 18, Charlie Scott. At second base, number 7, Roper Winsky. Designated hitter, number 21, Tyler Hernandez. On the mound, number 22, Sam McCutcheon. Behind the plate, number 12, Dylan Hernandez. At first base, number 28, Rohan Bremer. At short, number 1, Jack Chetwood. Third baseman, number 32, Monty Lafitte. And in right field, number 16, Paul Choate.
All right, I'll put some background music on, and You can listen to me go through our lineups real quick here for both Camden and AC Flora. Of course, the home Falcons will rock and roll around the diamond. Sam McCutcheon on the bump. Behind the dish, Dylan Hernandez first. Rohan Bremer second. Roper Wensky short. Jack Chetwood third. Monty Lafitte. In left, it's Zach Sneed. Center, Charlie Scott. And right field is Paul Choate. DHing today for AC Flora is Tyler Hernandez. And let's meet the visitors coming in now for the second time this season here to the Midlands. It's the Camden Bulldogs. Leading it off, it's Zachariah Haney. He's pitching today for the Bulldogs. Batting second, the second baseman, Brady Furness. Third, the third baseman, Thomas Bishop. Cleanup duty is Mac Melichamp. He's playing catcher tonight. The first baseman, Chandler Johnson, is hitting fifth. The sixth hole is the center fielder, Wyatt Thompson. Seventh is the left fielder, Charlie Ray. Logan Freeman is batting eighth, and he's playing right. And the shortstop, Clay Ridgway, is batting ninth here this evening in Forest Acres, South Carolina. Well, of course, both games yesterday were against former foes for both of these teams because, of course, our little pod, if you will, is mixed up of all of our region mates. Camden played York, AC Flora played Dreer. AC Flora got the run rule against Dreer. Camden walked off York after Brady Furness drew a game-winning walk. All right, we'll step away now. Of course, if you're new here, radio style as well. So if you don't know what's going on, just listen to my voice because that should be all right. All right, it's the Newberry commit, Zachariah Haney. He'll dig into the left-handed box versus the right-handed Sam McCutcheon. Sam got these guys earlier this season, gave up 1 earned run over 3 innings pitched, allowed 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. Haney went 1 for 5 against Flora with a homer right on this field. The first pitch from the righty is fouled straight back, and we are underway. Feels very Forest Acres classic-y for me. Unfortunately, you know, the weird thing for me is I've had to now I have to go back and work the score bug here as the infield shades to the right. The 0-1's fouled off to the left side out of play. It's 0-2 here against Haney. Well, Haney comes in scorching hot. 9 for his last 16, a homer. That came against RNE and 2 doubles. The Newberry commit leading off here for the Bulldogs. The 0-2, Bender got him, swing and strike. No, just foul tapped back. Looked like that one fell into the glove of Hernandez. Instead, it fell into the home plate dirt. It'll stay 0-2. Of course, Sam, that Bender 12-6 curve, has gotten many hitters so far this season. The 0-2 yet again, the righty. Fastball misses a tad low. It's ball 1. Not by much, though. Sam making his ninth start. 5-1 on the mound this season for AC Flora. Rocks a 1.42 ERA with 34 1/3 innings pitched here for McCutcheon. The 1-2. That 12-6 is going to be chopped to the right side. The second baseman, Roper Wensky's got it. Makes the throw on to first, and there's 1 away. Well, the Bender does not get Haney to swing and miss, but he gets a slow roller to second for out number 1. Now it's the second baseman, Brady Furness, the technical hero of last night. Of course, the walk-off walk is probably one of the more somber ways to win a game, if you will. It's always so anticlimactic. Of course, I'm sure Camden was loving it, but as a fan, it does suck. Righty on lefty, McCutcheon fires. The heater stays upstairs. It's ball 1. Furness, of course, had the game-winning RBI. He was 0 for 2 yesterday with a strikeout, 2 walks, and a stolen bag. The young sophomore watches strike 1 called on the top of the zone. Looked like a changeup. It'll be 1-1 here with 1 out in the opening frame. The 1-1, 12-6 stays up and away. Ball 2 against the southpaw. Last time we saw Sam on the mound was against Dreer in Game 2, where he gave up 1 earned run over 4 1/3 innings, struck out 8 and walked 2. That was just under a week ago. It was last Thursday, so technical short rest, if you will, for Sam, even though it's not really short. 2-1 heater sped by Furness. It's now 2-2. A swing and a miss from Furness, I might add. Well, Furness in a spot he's not in a lot. He's 2-2 the count. He only strikes out 9 times this season compared to his 20 walks, which is good for the team lead for the Bulldogs. The 2-2, 12-6 stays up around the letter, so it'll be a 3-2 count here. Three-two, 1 out. Nobody on the base pass here in the opening frame. We're scoreless. Furness trying to put a leadoff base runner, I guess 1 out base runner aboard. The payoff. Fastball up and away, misses. It's ball 4, and Furness gets on base here against AC Flora.
Baseman number 15, Thomas Bishop.
We go from Haney, Furness to Bishop. Bishop, one of the other hotter hitters on this squad. 11 RBIs in his last 6 games. Comes in 9 for his last 18. Furness draws his 9th walk of those last 6 as well. Well, the first right-hander Sam will get so far today, it'll be Thomas Bishop, the right-handed third baseman. Furness has 13 stolen bags. He's got a pretty small lead at first. It doesn't go. 12-6 first pitch is called. Strike 1 to the outside edge. You know, along with those 13 stolen bags, though, Furness has been caught 5 times this season. Kind of give and take as McCutcheon now steps off, and we'll look him back. Of course, Sam does not have the velocity that Sparky has, but he's just as dominant as a pitcher whenever he's feeling it. The whole point of I'm going with the velocity comment is if he throws that fastball, Furness is going to have to book it to second. Furness goes, the 0-1. Bender called, strike 2, the throw to second. On a hop, not in time. Furness swipes his 14th stolen bag of the season. Picked a good pitch to go after the 12-6 curve. Called strike 2, and now it's 0-2. Of course, that 12-6 so dangerous here at the high school level. McCutcheon 60 strikeouts compared to 22 walks. He and Sparky have been brilliant as the 1-2 punch for AC Flora, combining for a 1.82 ERA with 132 strikeouts compared to 35 walks. That's over 3.5 strikeouts per walk. The 0-2 breaking balls in the dirt. Nice job from Hernandez to keep it from going to the backstop. It'll be 1-2. As that actually skipped up and looked like it caught an unprotected part of Hernandez. We'll step away here real quick as Hernandez is down. It'll take more than a hit by pitch to keep Dylan Hernandez out of the game. He will stay in. The count will be 1-2 with 1 gone. First runner at the game for the Bulldogs. Standing at second, the speedy Furness. McCutcheon, the right-hander, will come set here against Thomas Bishop, the right-handed third baseman. The 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside edge. McCutcheon froze him, and there's now 2 away. It's a big second out there here for the Falcons in this top of the first. And now it's Mac Melichamp, who's had a great spurt here for Camden. Looking back at Melichamp, he started 7 for 51. And now he comes in hitting .233 with a homer and 20 RBIs. The right-handed catcher will dig in versus the right-handed pitcher on the bump, who will now step off and look Furness back. The junior went 2 for 3 at the dish with an RBI, one of the top catchers in this junior class here in the Palmetto State. And now Dylan will call time, wanting to go talk to Sam, who seems to be very much looking back a lot at Furness. That's the danger of a good base runner that's directly behind you, you know. Stealing third's such a hard thing to do, especially in high school. However, with a right-hander at the box and a speedster like Furnace at second, Sam's got to give extra attention to make sure that first run of the game doesn't get 90 feet closer. Of course, Furnace is doing everything in his power to make it harder on Sam as well. He'll step off the bag. Roper goes to cover. First pitch home. 12-6 stays upstairs. Ball one. The 1-0 from Sam is safely tapped to the right side. The second baseman, Roper's got it. He fields the high hop and throws it to first for out number 3. Well, the one-out walk is stranded at second for the Bulldogs. The Falcons keep Camden off the scoreboard, and we're scoreless going to the bottom of the first. Right here, we come to that when we come back. All right, so as I try to do here sometimes, I'll try to go around the laps one more time here for both Camden and AC Flora. First, the Bulldogs will go around the field. Haney's on the hill. Melichamp behind the dish. He's his battery. At first, Chandler Johnson. Second, Brady Furnace. Short, Clay Ridgway. Third, Thomas Bishop. Charlie Ray is in left. Wyatt Thompson in center. And Logan Freeman in right. Here for AC Flora, let's rock and roll through our lineup. Leading it off, it's Zach batting second. Charlie. Third is Roper. Fourth, the DH Tyler Hernandez. Batting fifth, it's Dylan. Sixth, the first baseman Rohan Brenner. Seventh, Jack Chetwood. Eighth, Monty Lafitte. And ninth is Paul Choate. AC Flora coming off of what has been a very strong season for them. 19-7-1, where they average around 8 runs per game. Camden has been very, very well as of late, particularly on both sides of the baseball. After what has been their kind of turning point of the season, April 14th, they only allowed 2 runs per game. AC Flora, who scored 11 against them in the first 2 meetings and scored 11 last night, will look to continue the 11 trend here against Zachariah Haney. And Haney will get a tougher start here. The Newberry commit will come to the hill as he will get the southpaw hitting Citadel commit Zach Sneed, who's been scorching hot as of late. Sneed 3 homers and 16 RBIs in his last 21 at-bats. First pitch to the lefties called, strike one, a fastball, and we are underway here in the bottom of the first. AC Flora looking to see if they can strike here early against the Bulldogs. The 0-1. Off speed stays a little away against the lefty. It's 1-1. Well, Zach went 2 for 3 with 2 doubles yesterday in the win against the Blue Devils. His power's been on display, as I've already mentioned. The 1-1. Fastball runs in tight, ball 2. Haney has gotten better and better as the season's gone along, rocking a 2.13 ERA over 42 in 2/3 innings pitched. He's now making his 8th start of the season. The 2-1 off speed misses wide, and AC Flora's leader in walks on pace to draw another. He's ahead 3-1. Zach has drawn 28 walks this season. The 3-1 on the way. Fastball called, strike one. Upper third of the zone. We'll push the count full here in the first batter in the bottom of the first. Haney will wind and deal the payoff. Off speed stays away as Zach draws his 29th walk of the season. It's so annoying for opposing teams to have a hitter that good who doesn't chase. Zach Sneed, one of the ultimate weapons as leadoff, gets on first. Here now for Charlie Scott. Well, Charlie had the game-winning double yesterday against the Dreher Blue Devils, where he hit one to left and eventually scored Lucas Price from second. Falcons walked it off in 5 after a 10-run rule. First pitch is high and away, ball 1, kind of expecting Sneed to go at first as the right-hander watches it go by. Of course, very smart. Zach does lead the team in steals with 14. The 1-0 to the right-handed center fielder stays upstairs. Looks like a changeup. It's 2-0. Well, one of the things Haney doesn't do is walk many people. Only 7 walks coming in to his today's start. So far, he's thrown now 6 balls and only 2 strikes here to his first 2 batters. Pickoff back at first, a good move, just not in time to get Sneed as he dives back safely.
That was a good job, Zach.
Of course, it's no easier for Haney as the 2-0 on the way. Fastball call, strike 1 to the outside edge. Seems like the umpire is going to call that right side of the plate a little more than the left. Keep an eye on that as this game progresses. Count is 2-1 here with nobody gone in the bottom of the first. Scoreless, but AC Flora has a runner on first. The 2-1 to Charlie, swung on and missed. Changeup swung through, it's 2-2. After telling Haney that he needs to throw more strikes, apparently, he throws 2 back-to-back, and now the count's 2-2 here against the 2-hole center fielder. Mellichamp sets up away, the 2-2 off speed, fouled straight back. Charlie knew he had a pitch to hit there as he doesn't miss those a lot. He has 4 homers on the season. Sneed at first, 2-2, Haney deals. Off speed, low and away, good eye there from Scott, and he doesn't chase. Full count yet again for the second straight hitter. It was a good miss to Scott. Now he's trying to see if he can get him here. It's 3-2. Sneed goes, the fastball stays wide, ball 4. Back-to-back walks here to lead off the game for AC Flora. Puts Haney in danger here in the bottom of the first as gets a lot harder. Roper Wensky comes up.
Roper Wensky.
Well, why does it get harder? Well, Roper Wensky hits about anything you put in front of him, hitting .408 this season. 14 RBIs, but the big stat to know, he hits .464 with runners in scoring position. He has runners at first and second with nobody gone here in the bottom of the first. Righty on righty. AC Flora hosting the Camden Bulldogs. Haney fires. Roper tries to put a bunt down. He fouls it off. It'll be 0-1. Of course, Coach Hallett never shying away from, even at the top of the lineup, trying to move people over. Small ball is what I think Coach Hallett does better than anybody in the state. Of course, the 7-time state champion coach here at AC Flora, looking for number 8 this season. Corners now come in. Middle infield shifted over to the right. Shortstop Ridgeway playing right behind Sneed at second. The 0-1, Roper shows bunt again, and he misses. It's gonna be called strike 2, looked like a changeup, and now Roper may have to swing away. And of course, Wensky, even with the eye injury, has not lost really much of anything. Still hitting over 400, which is on pace what got him to the all-state level last season as a second baseman. He's making a great case to be it this year as well. Double steal, the runners go. That one's tapped up the middle, gonna be tough for 2. The slow is not in time to second. The runner comes home. There will not be a throw. The throw back to first will be out as Roper Wensky took the turn into fair territory. So it will be a first RBI play for Roper Wensky, an infield single. AC Flora leads 1-0. Let's recap what just happened. So the soft tapper up the middle. Furnace tried to hold the bag, couldn't hold it on second, so there is no out there. Furnace was hoping for the out, so that allowed Zach Sneed to race around third. He scored the first run of the game for Flora. However, Roper at first went into fair territory, meaning the throw to first, and Johnson tagged him out. That's where we stand. Runner on second, 1-0 lead for AC Flora. 1 gone here for the dangerous Tyler Hernandez. The southpaw digs in against Haney, the righty. First pitch, that one's lifted into deep center field, but will be playable for Thompson. He ranges over to his right and will make the grab. There's 2 away. I had to update all of that on my scoreboard. That's a mouthful for me to say here after the first runner of the game comes home. It's a 1-0 lead for AC Flora. As now it'll be Dylan Hernandez, who's been scorching hot, coming to the plate. I guess they're not going to rule that a hit. They're going to rule it a fielder's choice RBI for Roper-Wensky. So righty on righty, 2 away. Runner at second. AC Flora leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Haney will step off, look back at second as the speedy Charlie Scott steps back in. Of course, Charlie, probably, Zach has the most steals, but Charlie may be the fastest player on that team. Very dangerous here for Haney, who has now another good runner behind him, just like Sam did in the first. First pitch is in the dirt. Hernandez went. It'll be 0-1. However, the pitch in the dirt gets away from Melichamp, which allowed Scott to take third. I'm going to have to talk to my Falcons after this game. They're giving me mouthfuls to say here to open this game. Multiple things happening in one play. So the pitch in the dirt, called strike 1 after Hernandez checked his swing. However, the pitch got away from Melichamp. Scott takes third on the wild pitch. It's now a runner at third. The 0-1 count. Swung on in, missed off speed on the outside edge. It's 0-2. Well, Dylan, 5 for his last 10. 3 doubles in that span. He has 4 doubles in his last 7 games. The young sophomore looking to continue his hot streak. He's behind 0-2. The fastball of the 0-2 comes in, and it's low. Nice job from Melichamp to keep it from going to the backstop. It'll be 1-2 the count. Infield playing normal here for Dylan as he will call time. Hernandez steps out. He comes into today hitting .328 over 61 at-bats, 11 RBIs, and 5 doubles. Trailing Zach Sneed for that lead there. The 1-2. Off-speed swung on and missed. Looked like a curveball on the outside edge, and that will do it here in the first. But AC Flora pushes the opening run of the game across. It's a 1-0 lead for the home team as we go to the top of the second right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the top of the second. A little delay after the catcher's pitch comm was malfunctioning behind the dish. Looks like we got it fixed, though, as Sam McCutcheon will come back to the hill. He will get 5, 6, and 7 here for the Bulldogs. It's Johnson, Thompson, Ray. Leading it off, the right-handed Chandler Johnson, the first baseman, digs in against the right-handed Sam McCutcheon. First pitch on the way from Sam is nubbed foul to the right side. It'll be 0-1. One of the successes I've seen for AC Flora's pitching has been Sam and Sparky attacking hitters. Sparky made that adjustment. It felt like earlier in this season against York, which allowed him to dominate, is the 0-1 on the way. 12-6 is called, strike 2 on the outside edge. Such a beautiful pitch to watch. And you know, Sam's been doing it pretty much in his whole stint in AC Flora. They're very much not scared of opposing hitters. Makes them a tough combination to try to punch through. The 0-2. Swung on in, miss. Puppet Master right back in action. The 12-6 gets his second strikeout of the day and strikeout number 1 here in the second.
Now batting for Camden, number 9, Wyatt Thompson.
After the 12-6 gets his first swing and a miss, now it's Wyatt Thompson. The senior comes in hitting .310 as the right-hander fires home. It's popped into the air, foul territory, out of play to the right side. Looked like maybe a change up from McCutcheon. The 0-1. Fastball wide, ball 1. The 1-1 from the righty. 12-6 misses outside, ball 2. Such a tough pitch to lay off of, but Thompson does a good job. Been very balanced at the dish this season. 15 strikeouts compared to 15 walks for the 6-hole hitting center fielder. McCutcheon out of the stretch, the 2-1. That one's bunted into the air to the right side. Looked like a drag bunt late. It was a high pitch that Thompson somehow got under, so it's 2-2. Of course, triple header here at AC Flora High School. Of course, the diamond you're right in front of you. 1-0 lead for the Falcons here in the top of the second. Softball was up 4-0 last time I checked, and soccer was up 3-0. The 2-2 12-6 is bounced over to the shortstop. Chetwood plays it back. The double curl hop is in time. There's 2 away. McCutcheon goes 2 up, 2 down quickly, is now the 7-hole hitting left fielder Charlie Ray up for the first time today. Ray has only played 4 of the last 6 games as a senior gets the nod here against the Falcons. A lefty against the right-handed McCutcheon. First pitch on the way is fouled straight back. A heater, it's 0-1. This may be some tactical decisions here from Coach Beckley. Ray did not see action in the first 2 games between these 2 teams. The 0-1 changeup stays wide. It's ball 1. The 1-1. McCutcheon comes home with the 12-6 as he spiked it. Ray able to stay away, and now it's 2-1. Two-1 from McCutcheon. That one's popped to the left side and fouled off. It's 2-2. McCutcheon getting a lot of ground balls and a lot of foul pop-ups here to start the game. You know, Camden did see him once. Those games took place just around a month ago, so you got to think it's maybe riding a bike for the Bulldogs as the 2-2 sails upstairs. It's going to be ball 3. It's now a 3-2 count, 2 gone here in the top of the second. 1-0 lead for AC Flora against Camden here in game number 2 here in District 3 of the Upper State. The payoff. That one's lined to the deep right field. Going back is Paul Choate. He'll have room near the warning track and make the one-handed grab to retire the side. Well, Ray gave it a ride to deep right, but it just doesn't have enough juice to get out. Falcons maintain their 1-0 advantage when we come back. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. It's the bottom of the second between AC Flora and Camden. Falcons up 1-0 after a struggle start there for Haney on the bump, but he settled down and retired the last two batters, Hernandez with a flyout and a strikeout. Now he gets 6, 7, and 8. It's dangerous Rohan Bremer up for the first time today. The righty-on-righty showdown starts with a changeup inside. It's 1-0. Bremer came in and pitch hit and made an immediate impact with a sacrifice fly and an RBI double yesterday. The 1-0. That one's grounded to the left side of the infield. The shortstop Ridgway almost drops. The throw into first is on a hop, and it is picked by Johnson for out number 1. Nice play from Ridgway. Didn't panic after he slipped in the infield dirt, and he was able to throw out Bremer. There's one away.
Now batting number 1, Jack Chetwood.
Now it's Jack Chetwood up for the first time today. Jack has been scorching hot as of late in his last 5 games. 7 for 12 with 6 RBIs. The right-handed shortstop digs in against the right-handed pitcher. First pitch on the way is a breaking ball that hits Chetwood. You know, we talked about it yesterday, me and Jeff. The Falcons seem to be a ball magnet. Chetwood shows it right there.
Stepping in the box for the Birds, number 32, Monty Lafitte.
Well, now it's Monty Lafitte up here for the first time today. Monty batting 8th at third base here. However, Monty does not feel like an 8-hole hitter on any other team. Comes in hitting .345 with 13 RBIs, including one yesterday in the win against Dreer. Righty on righty, Chetwood at first, one gone. No motion, first pitch on the way. Off speed stays wide, it's ball 1. Jack has 8 stolen bases at first. He's been thrown out twice. Falcons may try to move an insurance run here early in this game over to second. Chetwood goes, the 1-0 fastball, ball 2, throw into second, a high throw, the tag's not in time. Ridgway made a nice job to catch that ball and try to tag all in one motion. He had to jump for it, but he just couldn't lay it down as Chetwood steals his 9th bag of the season. It was the perfect pitch to throw, a fastball away, meaning Melichamp had a good chance to gun down Chetwood, but Chetwood's speed too much. Count is 2-0, runner at second, one gone here in the bottom of the second. AC Flora up 1-0, looking to add to it. The 2-0 on the way is a fastball up and away, it's ball 3. Well, Haney, not usually one to struggle with walks, again falls behind a hitter in this game already. You know, going back to the hit batter, Camden is one of those teams that does struggle with hit batters. They have hit a batter in around 67% of their games. That's a rough estimate. The 3-0. Fastball call, strike 1 in the low inside corner. Didn't look like a strike to Monty because he was up towards the front of the box and kind of towards the chalk, meaning it's 3-1. Monty hits .333 with runners in scoring position. He's got one on second. The 3-1 from Haney on the way is a fastball chopped back to the mound. Haney's gonna try to go to third as Chetwood broke to it. The throw is in time. Nice tag there from Bishop to get the lead runner out. There's now 2 away. Heads up play from Haney. He looked at first and then kind of realized, hey, maybe the runner at second broke. Quickly glanced over and saw he had a play. Well, now it's Paul Choate up here, the 9-hole. Look to turn the lineup over here. Runner on first for AC Flora, 2 away. Paul's been the man holding down the bottom of the order as of late. First pitch to him is a fastball upstairs, ball 1. Of course, the senior coming in, hitting .302. The number to note, though, .471 on base percentage. He rakes when it matters and gets on base when it matters. The 1-0. Heater called, strike 1, top of the zone. And he wants to get this out right here because the dangerous Zach Sneed awaits on deck for him. The right-hander fires the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Change up on the outside edge. It's 1-2. Pick off back at first. Lafitte will dive back in. You know, as Jeff and I joke all the time, Monty's not usually one that attempts many stolen bases. He only has 1 on the season, so not surprisingly, he was maybe a foot or 2 off the bag. The 1-2. Fastball in there, gets away from Melichep. Great read from Lafitte, who jumped right as the ball hit the dirt. He will stand in a second off the wild pitch. So the count is now 2-2, 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. AC Flora leading 1-0, looking to try to make it 2-0 here against the Bulldogs of Camden. The winner of this will get the rest of the week off until Saturday. The loser will have to play on Thursday. Now Haney will step off. Let's talk a little more about that. This is the first time I brought it up. The loser of this game will play the winner of the York and Dreer game that's happening right now. I'll keep you all updated on that as well as I start looking more and more into that one. The winner will play the winner of that game on Saturday. Of course, AC Flora will host this whole tournament. 2-2. That one's bounced to the right side and foul. Choate spoils a pitch to stay alive. Camden will host if they lose tomorrow. They will not host AC Flora, so they host everybody else. If you're a Camden Bulldog, you're potentially hoping for a couple upsets. AC Flora, of course, just wants to win. Long pause for Haney. In comes Set, working out of the stretch, looking back at Lafitte at second. Gives him another look and fires. The 2-2 off speed. That one slowly hit to the shortstop Bridgeway. It's going to be a tough play. Throws it on the infield grass. The spike gets away from Johnson. It's a hop. That will allow a runner to come home as smartly Choate will go back to first after Roper got tagged out in fair territory. It's going to be ruled as an error. A tough play there for the first baseman Johnson. AC Flora leads it 2-0. Would have been a tough play for the shortstop Ridgeway to throw it kind of across his body on the hop. He spiked it in front of Johnson, and that ball came quickly up. Johnson couldn't pick it out, meaning Choate will get to first. And there's another runner scoring for AC Flora. Now Haney will get a talk from Melichamp. Camden actually struck first against AC Flora back in their first meeting here at Falcon Field. It was, of course, off of a Zach Haney homer. AC Flora was able to turn it around, though, at 11 unanswered to win the game after Rohan smacked a walk-off home run via the run rule in the 6th. The left-hander digs back in against the right-hander on the bump. First batter in the order for AC Flora. First pitch on the way, changeup up and away. Ball 1. Sneed drew a leadoff walk his first go-around. He came around to score 1, and now the 2 runs for AC Flora. The 1-0 fastball stays in, tight ball 2. So the first run was earned against Haney. That one will be unearned, so it's a 2-0 lead for AC Flora. One of them has been earned, one's not. Sneed could add a couple more insurance runs right here. Try to get the Falcons up and moving. The right-hander on the bump. As shadows start to engulf Falcon Field, the 2-0. Fastball stays inside. He falls behind yet again, 3-0. Story of this one, Haney has fallen behind multiple hitters trying to have to battle back. Falcons have been held hitless for their first time through the order, but lead it 2-0. The 3-0. Change up right down the middle for strike 1. Nice job from Haney to take a little off as Sneed does not put a swing on it. It's 3-1 now. Over at first, Choate not getting terribly a big lead. As right on cue, the pickoff back at first. Choate stands in safely as that ball skips away from Haney. Bishop backing up the third baseman. Make sure Choate doesn't try anything tricky here in the bottom of the second. Haney comes home, the 3-1. That one's lined in the right field, but right at Freeman. Actually, he goes over his head. He misread it. It bounces all the way to the wall. It will be waved around third. Well, coming all the way from first is Paul Choate. There is no throw as the relay gets away from the Camden infield. The first hit of the game is a team-leading now 9th double for Zach Sneed. The Falcons lead at 3-0.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 18, Charlie Scott.
Well, Freeman looked like he read it, but that ball kept carrying all the way to the wall, unlike last night where those balls felt like they dropped down early. The RBI double scores Paul Choate all the way from first, and AC Flora now leading it 3-0 against the visiting Camden Bulldogs in the bottom of the second. Of course, the middle of the lineup can do a lot of damage, as we'll be right back here as the mountain visit's happening for Camden. All right, after a quick mound visit, we are back here at Falcon Field. 3-0 lead for AC Flora over Camden. We're in the bottom of the second as Zach Sneed standing on second. Charlie Scott at the dish. Righty on righty here for Haney with 2 away, as the Falcons have done some more 2-out magic here after their 2-out heroics yesterday. First pitch, curveball called. Strike 1 low in the zone. Sneed got around halfway to maybe a third of the way between second and third before holding up. Maybe trying to get a read on Haney. Charlie Scott, he drew a walk his first go-around, but was left stranded at third. The 0-1 to him. Fastball up and in. Ball 1. Charlie comes in with 23 RBIs. He hits .361 with runners in scoring position. He's got that runner over there at second in the form of the speedster Zach Sneed. The 1-1. Called strike 2. Beautiful curveball from Haney. Catches the inside part of the zone. Charlie so far this season here against the Bulldogs, 3 for 6 with a double, a triple, 2 RBIs, and 3 stolen bags. Looking for his 4th hit here against Camden. Haney looking back, the runner at second, now fires the 1-2. That one's chopped to the third base side, just fouled, left to the third base bag. That one would have stayed fair. Charlie may be on his way to third is where that ball was heading. It was heading all the way to the left field corner. Instead, you'll have to return to the box and receive the 1-2 here from Haney. Falcons currently in their red and whites, their red stripes on their pants and their all white uniforms. Camden in their black and grays here this evening. Sneed dances off second, gets looked back. Haney now staring him down and will fire. The 1-2 is fouled off. Scott able to kind of get one off the hands and spoil a nice inside changeup. It'll stay 1-2. Well, if it gets that far, Roper Wensky on deck, and then in the hole, Tyler Hernandez. Charlie looking to keep the inning going and get the Falcons again more up and going here against the Bulldogs of Camden. Haney will look back, the throw in a second. Not in time, as that one almost had some chin music there on the pickoff. Not usually the pitch. Pickoff ran up and in against Charlie Scott. Furness able to keep it in his glove and technically apply the tag to no avail. The 1-2. That one softly hit to the second baseman, Furness, who rolls over. He plays that in the hole and makes the throw to first to end the frame. Well, the Falcons strike an air and some 2-out magic, an RBI double from Zach Sneed. The Falcons push 2 across and lead it 3-0 going into the third inning. But we're going to play some music and we're going to talk about our oops, excuse me, my bad. Hit the wrong button there. So we're going to talk about our sponsors here for this whole playoffs here on Definite Fiction. Of course, the AC Flora Falcons have been sponsored by them before, and we got to talk about them here yet again. It's the Richland 215, the Legion team. Of course, Camden knows Legion very well. They have a very good one of their own, the 17ers. So what Legion is, it's competitive baseball in the summer for some of the top talent here in the high school and potentially college level as well. Of course, the 19 under senior team will play here over July and June. AC Flora, you are attached to the Richland 215. Of course, Coach Dorsey, the head skipper here in the 215. It's competitive baseball, free baseball, baseball at the highest level. They build players, they build men, and a lot of Falcons, and I'm assuming a lot of Bulldogs will be donning the Legion field this summer for both their respective posts. If you're visiting from Camden, don't worry, you can hit that QR code on your screen to sign up. It'll take you to the Legion sign-up post where you can hit the drop-down menu to the 17ers. Of course, the other sponsor here for AC Flora is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, also headed by Chris Dorsey. They're an all-inclusive dumpster company that will bring a dumpster to you, you fill it up, and you take it away. It'll take it away. It's that simple. Go to 803, or call 803-783-6834, or go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com to book your dumpster today.
Leading off for Camden.
All right, after I talk a lot, we're back here in the top of the third. AC Flora, after another long inning, 20-minute innings here in the first and second. Now bring up the top of the third. Camden will bring up 8, 9, and 1 here against McCutcheon, looking to break through as they trail 3-0. Righty on righty, Logan Freeman digs in for the first time today. First pitch is bunted to the right side and foul. That was in the air and almost hit the Falcon dugout on the fly. Well, the senior was 0 for 2 in the win against York yesterday. Just trying to get them going here in the bottom of the order for the Bulldogs. The 0-1. That fastball is flown to the right side and foul out of play. It'll be 0-2 quickly. Freeman has 16 strikeouts this season. And right on cue, he falls behind the dangerous right-hander McCutcheon. Count is 0-2. McCutcheon comes set and fires the pitch. Did he check swing? Yes, he did on the 12-6. McCutcheon pulls some strings and gets the first out here in the third via the strikeout.
Up next, shortstop number 2, Clay Ridgway.
Well, now it's the 9-hole Clay Ridgway due up here. Ridgway looking to turn the lineup over to the dangerous Zachariah Haney, who awaits on deck. Ridgway comes in, the sophomore, hitting .297. He'll dig into the left-handed box here against the right-hander on the hill. The first pitch from McCutcheon's on the way, and it's a fastball on the outside edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. 12-6 outside, ball 1. Well, Ridgway, one of the faster players on this team. He did have the team lead in steals before Furness tied him back in the opening frame. They both have 14 now. The 1-1. That one's lying the other way. Going to be a tough play as Chetwood, the shortstop, fields on the backhand. The long throw to first is not even close. Bremer will come off the bag, and it is ruled a infield single for Ridgway. And that will turn the lineup over for Zachariah Haney with 1 gone here in the top of the third.
Now batting for Camden, Zachariah Haney.
I got under the glove of Monty Lafitte after the ball stuck to the dirt. Chetwood, the shortstop, ranged over all the way in the hole to try to make the play, but would never have got the speedy Ridgway. And now it's the southpaw Zachariah Haney. Haney was 1 now for 6 here against AC Flora, but that one hit was a shot to right field that got over the fence. At the time, gave Camden a 1-0 lead against Flora. That was back all the way in game number 1 between these two teams. We're now in game 3. The right-hander comes home. The lefty, he'll line that one in this left center field, and that one will drop all the way towards the wall. Ridgway coming around second after that ball is actually stuck in the outfield. A late pickup. So this one is going to be some interesting, controversial, maybe. Zach Sneed and Charlie Scott both put their hands up as to say that ball was unplayable, which means the ground will double. I guess it got caught up in the outfield kind of encasing that the center field wall is under. And then after they put their hands up, they did eventually say, well, not say, they threw the ball in. Well, as it stands right now, it's a RBI, oh, not an RBI double, a 1-out double here. As Caden McGuff will courtesy run for Haney.
Now batting, Brady Furness.
So it looks like it would have been tough to score from Ridgway. It would have been tough to tell, but he was held at third. So now runners at second and third. 1 gone here in the top of the third is now the tying run. Brady Furness will come back to the dish. The lefty walked his first go around. And now time called by Furness. Righty on lefty, runners at second and third. McCutcheon fires. The bender called, strike 1. Broke to the top half of the zone, freezing Furness.
That's horrible.
Furness now has 3 walks here against AC Flora, 1 for 5 so far in the season series. The 0-1. That one's popped into the air in shallow left field. Sneed, the left fielder, will settle under it, make the one-handed grab, and a strong throw to the infield leaves no runners moving an inch. Well, Furness put one to the left field outside. It was not deep enough It is out number 2, and a big out as that, as now Sam could try to work out of the inning. However, that runs through Thomas Bishop, maybe the hottest hitter on this Bulldog team. Bishop struck out looking his first go-around. He'll see if he can get a better crack at McCutcheon here in round 2. Righty on righty to Array. Runners at second and third here in the top of the third for the visiting Camden Bulldogs, trying to maybe draw even. First pitch, fastball low and away, ball 1. Long pause, now McCutcheon wheels and deals the 1-0. 12-6 stays away, ball 2. That one didn't miss by much, but a nice eye from Bishop. Well, Bishop actually doubled off of Sam in their first encounter. He had the RBI double and the only run of the game for Camden in their game 2. The 2-0, 12-6 stays in tight, ball 3. Sam can't seem to find the zone as he falls behind the 3-hole 3-0, and Mac Mellichamp now waiting to get on, trying to get some runs back for the Bulldogs, but he's got to go through Bishop. First base is open, but you don't want to load the bases here. The 3-0. Fastball is tapped to the left side. Going to be a tough play. The third baseman with the feet deals it on the infield grass. The throw into first is in time for out number 3. Well, the 1-out double does not come to pass. The Bulldogs leave 2 on the base pass as they trail 3-0 going to the bottom of the third right here at Falcon Field. Welcome back here to beautiful Forest Acres, South Carolina. The sun is setting as the temperatures start dropping some reasonable temperatures here at Falcon Field. As AC Flora riding those so far so good. It's 3-0 in the bottom of the third for AC Flora, and they'll bring up 3, 4, and 5 here against the right-handed Zachariah Haney. Ready on ready, first pitch on the way. That one's lined to the left side and foul. Coach Howlett kind of a little slow walk to get out of the way. Well, Roper up for the second time. He reached on a fielder's choice his first go-around where he was tagged out after going into fair territory. The 0-1 is a fastball low. It is ball 1. Ready on ready, Haney will kick and deal. The 1-1. Off speed is fouled back. Wenske waited back on it but couldn't put it in play. It's now 1-2. Trying to say fair territory, which both work, but you know, that's how my mind works. I have 2 calls in my head. I gotta think on the fly to pick which one of them I want to use. Sometimes they just both come out. Haney kicks the 1-2. Fastball wide, ball 2. After the umpire was calling that back in the first inning, it feels like the outside pitch has been less and less awarded for opposing pitchers and ours as well. Excuse me. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Elevated heater gets Wenske, goes down on strikes. There's now 1 away here in the third.
Now batting for the Falcons is number 21, Tyler Hernandez.
Well, Tyler Hernandez will dig in, the left-handed hitter, the right-handed pitcher. The left-hander, he flew out to center field his first go-around. And he'll dig in with nobody on and one out, excuse me, here in the bottom of the third. 3-0 lead for AC Flora. The right-hander will deal the first pitch. Slider stays wide, ball one. Tyler comes in hitting .319, 17 RBIs, and 6 doubles. That was time for the team lead as of yesterday. The 1-0 heater is called, strike one, low in the zone. Looks like it just caught the lower inside part of the zone. Hernandez wasn't happy with the call, but he'll dig back in. 1-1, wheeling and dealing is Haney. The off-speed, that one's lined into left center field. Thompson will come over. He has a read and will make the one-handed grab for out number 2.
Now batting number 12, Dylan Hernandez.
Well, the Falcons did all their damage with 2 outs last inning. We'll see if Dylan Hernandez can start something here with 2 gone in the bottom of the third. Righty on righty here for Hernandez, who struck out swinging his first go-around. Haney will kick and deal the first pitch. That one's lined into left field. Coming on is Ray, and it will drop for a base knock. Looked like that ball lost its legs like it did yesterday. Dylan does not care. He'll take first after the 1-out single.
Up next for the Falcons, number 28, Rohan Bremer.
Now it's the dangerous right-handed Rohan Bremer due up. The right-handed DH/first baseman prospect. He grounded out to the shortstop his first go-around. Harris Rivers will come in and courtesy run here for the catcher Dylan Hernandez. Rohan so far now against Camden, 4 for 9, a homer, a double, and 6 RBIs. Harris over at first, 2 gone here in the bottom of the third inning. Haney fires the first pitch. Slider low in the zone for strike one. Nice job from Haney to paint the lower part of that zone. The 0-1, Rivers goes, swung on and missed, elevated, strike 2, the throw into second, not in time. That ball was a little higher away, so it led Furness, the second baseman, had to kind of wait back on it to the right of the second base bag, and he wasn't able to apply the tag. Rivers has a stolen bag. I'll bring out now Coach Beckley to come in and talk to the umpire. We'll be right back here. His music's not good for our stream. All right, so the 0-1 was swung and missed. Harris Rivers steals second. Haney now trying to get out of another 2-out jam here. Falcons to be able to capitalize so far this evening. The 0-2. That one's popped into the air on the right side. Could be playable as Johnson, the first baseman, ranges over towards the out-of-play wall, and he runs out of room as it just bounces maybe a foot across it. Again, the Falcons average around 8 runs per game, on pace for that so far. Looking to add to it after the team. They hit 347 runs in scoring position, doing a good job of it tonight as well. The 0-2 is swung on and missed. Change up on the outside edge. Gets Bremer, and that'll get the Bulldogs back to the dugout for the first time. AC Flora will go to the field with a 0 on the scoreboard. It's 3-0 lead, though, for the Falcons here at Falcon Field. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. A good travel crowd here for the away squad as Camden brought a full house. Of course, playoff baseball is the best kind of baseball. And right now we're here in the top of the fourth where the Falcons lead it 3-0 against the visiting Camden Bulldogs. Well, it's Mac Mellichamp leading it off. The Bulldogs bring up 4, 5, and 6. After a one-out single and a one-out double, both runners were stranded by Sam McCutcheon. The right-hander comes to the bump against the right-handed Mellichamp. The bender misses upstairs. It's 1-0 here to begin the fourth. The junior coming off of a season last year where he hit .325, only hitting .233 now, which not complaining after a sluggish start. The 1-0 fastball stays low. It's now 2-0. The right-hander kicks and deals. The fastball stays low again. It's 3-0. McCutcheon has walked a batter so far tonight. He leads AC Flora with 22 of them on the season. The 3-0 heater's right down the pipe. It's 3-1. It's Mellichamp, Thompson due up here for the Bulldogs in the top of the fourth. 3-1 on the way. Fastball high and away. A 5-pitch walks puts the Camden leadoff runner for the first time here tonight on the base paths. So now Chandler Johnson will come up for the second time. It'll be a courtesy runner over at first for the Bulldogs. I believe that's Dustin Bixby. Bixby, one of their go-to courtesy runners, has 9 stolen bags on the season, has been thrown out once. He'll be courtesy running for the catcher. Mellichamp is now on the first baseman. Chandler Johnson digs into the right-handed box, but before that happens, Hernandez jumps up and goes to talk to his pitcher. Well, I talked about how important it is to start off hot on the pitching. Now Camden finally has a leadoff runner aboard here against AC Flora. Now Sam's going to have to work out of trouble here yet again. He's done well so far this season of doing it as a team-leading ERA of a 1.42. Pickoff back at first. Bixby caught leaning, but he's able to slide back safely. You know, looking back at the Puppet Master last year, Sam had a 1.17 ERA. You didn't think he could get much better? Well, he's gone up on both his strikeouts and his lowered his ERA from last year. The first pitch, that one's a hot shot to shortstop, fielded by Chetwood, a second for one, on to first, double play. A hard liner from Johnson, just hit it right to the shortstop. The easy 6-4-3 double play. Well, the easy in air quotations, I might say. That's a tough play for Chetwood, but he makes it look easy. That's now 2 away.
Now batting number 9, Wyatt Thompson.
That was so sharply hit. Chetwood put his glove up and the ball found it. Now it's Thompson up with nobody on and 2 away here in the top of the fourth. AC Flora ahead 3-0 over Camden as Sam takes a big sigh of relief and will get back onto the rubber. He'll come in his close stance and deliver the first pitch. Fastball wide, ball 1. Long pause here as now McCutcheon steps off the rubber. Thompson pretty much hasn't moved. He did straighten his stance and now gets back into his crouch position. The 1-0. That changeup looks like it's fouled off the foot of Thompson. It'll be 1-1. So Thompson went 0 for 6. He's now 0 for 7 here against AC Flora. He has 6 strikeouts in those 7 at-bats and a walk as well. Looking to try to reach base here for the first time this evening with 2 away. The 1-1 from McCutcheon. That bender is tapped foul right behind home plate. It'll be 1-2. One and two, the count, 2 gone here at the top of the fourth. AC Flora up 3-0 here over the visiting Bulldogs. McCutcheon will kick and deal. The 1-2 swung on and miss. The changeup And shot back to home, back to the pitcher's mound after a nice job from McCutcheon to work around the leadoff walk. It's a 3-0 lead for AC Flora as we head to the bottom of the fourth right here on Definite Fiction. All right, welcome back here to Falcon Field. I'll update y'all on the scores around AC Flora and, of course, the one that matters for our game as well with York and Dreer. Over on the soccer field, the Falcons lead. Excuse me. Got to make sure I'm getting this right. Culleton County. There we go. I knew that. I promise. They lead them 4-0. The softball girls won 7-0 against Greer. And York is leading Dreer 7-1 over there. Again, the winner of that will play the loser of this game. Well, first pitch is high for ball one. Haney back on the bump. Now Chetwell will ground that over to the short stop. It'll be Ridgeway playing it back. The low throw to first is in time. There's one away. McCutcheon, after he recorded his fourth strikeout, keeps this Falcon lead at 3-0. AC Flora, the offense looking to tack onto it, but now there's one out here for Monty Lafitte, the 8-hole. It'll be 7-8-9. Chetwell grounded out. Now Lonnie Lafitte due up. On deck is Paul Choate. First pitch is called, strike one, change up low in the zone. Lafitte reached off of the fielder's choice his first go around, where he came to score the first run of two back in the bottom of the second for the Falcons. The 0-1. Fastball low, ball one, good eye from Lafitte. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Change up. Sped by Lafitte in a way. It looked like it got under the bat of Monty. Haney working out of the windup here. He'll kick and deal. The 1-2. Slider stays just a tick away. It's ball two. There's some action starting over in that Bulldog bullpen. Looks like it's going to be Caden McGuff warming up for the Bulldogs. 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Change up on the inside part of the plate. Gets Lafitte. There's now two gone here in the fourth.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 16.
So Haney, after again starting off a little slower, has got the first two batters in this inning. We'll see if Paul Choate can keep it going. He reached on an error back his first go around. Ready on, ready, two away. Haney fires and Choate flies that one foul. It's 0-1. Well, the sun has set over the horizon. The lights are coming on here at Falcon Field. The 0-1 on the way from Haney. That one's lined into left field, but it's going to be right at Ray. He'll make the one-handed grab, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down go the Falcons here in the bottom of the fourth, but they lead it 3-0. Before we go away, though, I want to talk about our sponsors yet again right here on Definite Fiction. I'll turn back down the music as it was a little quiet last time, but now it's coming up louder and louder. My luck, of course. Well, first and foremost, let's talk about our main sponsor here, the Richland 215 Legion team. Of course, Camden has a great Legion team of their own, but our 215 is the local team AC Flora plays for. A team headed by Coach Chris Dorsey is run in the Midlands here, has some of the best baseball talent in the Midlands, as well as Legion has some of the best talent around the state. The best players in South Carolina play Legion. It's competitive and free baseball. Nothing better than that. course, our AC Flora Falcons are one of the main kind of contributors to that Legion team. Camden, y'all are in the 17ers, so go hit that QR code on your screen and go select what Legion team you play for and sign up today. Again, you will be seeing a lot of these familiar faces that we're seeing today playing in a couple months as well. And of course, the other sponsor we have is the Big Red Box Dumpster Company. They're an all-inclusive dumpster company that it's very simple and easy. They'll bring you a dumpster, you fill it up, and they'll take it away. It's so easy. Go to www.bigredboxdumpstercompany.com or dial the number 803-783-6834 today to book your dumpster right now. Of course, Chris Dorsey can vouch for him as well. He owns the Big Red Box Dumpster Company, is very successful here. He's been sponsoring AC Flora Athletics both on Definite Fiction as well as here at Falcon Field. And of course, as I have become accustomed to, I'm able to pretty much time this up perfectly. We're now going to head right into the top of the 5th inning. It's gone kind of quicker. You know, the first 2 innings went by in 40 minutes. The next 2 went by in 20 minutes. How about that? We're just past 8 o'clock. Well, McCutcheon will come back to work the 5th. McCutcheon usually goes around 5 or 6 innings here for AC Flora. He'll look to work now through the bottom part of this order here for the Bulldogs. First pitch on the way to the southpaw is a called strike 1. Looks like a changeup on the inside part of the plate to the 7-hole Charlie Ray. It's now Coach Hallett. Well, he's got to tell everyone to get off the fence and the rails. I've had to make that call multiple times here at Falcon Fields, especially at the Forest Acres Classic when you had all these kids coming in. You're not supposed to sit on the rails, so that's what Coach Hallett was telling the Bulldogs. The 0-1. Breaking ball stays low and away. Ball 1 here against the lefty. Yeah, of course, you really can't see on your screen, but here at Falcon Field, after, I guess something must have happened, we added these cages around our dugouts, so makes sitting on the rails easier. The 1-1 changeup is low, ball 2. Well, Ray, he flew out to the right fielder his first go-around, gave it a ride, but Paul Choate was able to track it down near the warning track. The 2-1. Fastball is foul tipped into the glove. It's strike 2. McCutcheon is when that fastball's working, he's so good. Trying to keep that premier pitch for him. 2-2 on the way. Got him looking, froze him on ice. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. It's now out number 1 here in the 5th, and strikeout number 5 for McCutcheon tonight. Took me a second. It was a long pause from the umpire before he finally signaled strike 3. Of course, I gotta wait back on it. It is good for out number 1, though, as Sam has now struck out back-to-back batters. It'll be Logan Freeman up here for the second time, who, guess what, struck out his first go-around. Righty on righty, fastball stays way outside. It's ball 1. Freeman is now 0 for 6 against AC Flora this season. The 1-0, that one's lined right back up the middle. That will drop into shallow center field for a base knock. No longer 0 for. He's got his first hit against the Falcons. It's a 1-out single.
Stepping into the box, Clay Ridgway.
So now Clay Ridgway will round out the order. Ridgway was one of the main contributors back in the 3rd inning for Camden. He reached onto the infield single to the shortstop his first go-around. The southpaw digs now in with a runner on first and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. AC Flora currently in control 3-0, but easily the lowest scoring game so far between these two teams and the closest. Both have been run rules in favor of AC Flora. The righty comes home, the first pitch. That one's lined the other way. The shortstop Chetwood jumps but can't make it. It falls into shallow left field after a bloop single. Puts runners at first and second with only 1 out for the dangerous Zachariah Haney. Well, again, I take everyone back to the first at-bat here between these two teams of Zachariah Haney and AC Flora. Haney pumped a 3-run homer over the right field wall. That was against Sparky. Now, we'll see how he fares against McCutcheon. Haney has doubled to the left center field gap and grounded out to the second baseman, Roper Wensky. The Falcons shading him to the right side of the infield as a shortstop playing right behind second base. Roper, the second baseman, in the hole. Outfield also shaded as well. First pitch, that one's grounded to the first baseman off of Bremer. It'll go into foul ground. That will come ring around the runner. Freeman from second. Wensky collects, but it's going to be, looks like an RBI single for Haney. Well, that ball was a rocket off the bat. Took a tough hop against Rohan Bremer. It went off of his chest and shot in the foul ground. I believe they're ruling that a hit as of now. I'll have to wait on it. I don't think they've ruled it an error yet.
Running at first base, number 6, Caden McGuff.
Camden does get one back. It's now a 3-1 lead for AC Flora.
Now batting Brady Furness.
Well, I'm ruling that a single. That is a tough hot for Rohan. We'll see what the official ruling. That brought Freeman around from second to score. Ridgway made his way to third, so runners at the corners. One gone here in the top of the 5th for the Bulldogs of Camden, as now the left-handed Brady Furness comes up for the 3rd time today. The right-handed McCutcheon will come set and comes to third. The first ball is over to Monty Lafitte, where Ridgway will step back in safely. Now, going to be a called time here as now Hernandez will come out and talk to his pitcher. So if Game Changer has that ruled an error, that's a tough error on Rohan, if you ask me. But that's how it officially is scored, so technically the runner is unearned against McCutcheon. All right, well, here we are. Runners at the corners, one gone here in the top of the 5th. AC Flora leading it 3-1. First pitch on the way is the 12-6 call, strike one against Furness, who just shakes his head. That one found the top half of the zone, a beautiful bender, as I call it. That's because it's so overarching. McCutcheon, the throw back to third, not in time. Lafitte kind of runs into Ridgway, who stays on the bag. Had a couple of close calls at third for the pickoff. None have gone in the way of AC Flora this season. I remember one back at Luke, or actually I do forget that, not for Sam, but we had one against Hammond. There was another one against Lukoff that actually was. Luke had a great pickoff move back to third. This time it's a pickoff to first, where Haney dives back in safely. Haney has only attempted one stolen base, and he's been thrown out. He may try to go here to second to bring home the second runner of the inning across. He doesn't, the 0-1. That curveball is softly hit to the shortstop, Chetwood. The only play is going to be at first. He will throw it across and make it. That is going to be a RBI ground out for Furness. Camden gets another one back. It's now a 3-2 lead. Haney goes to second. There's now 2 away, though. Well, the bottom of the order producing for the Bulldogs. Freeman and Ridgway come home. Tying runner here for the Bulldogs on second in the form of Zachariah Haney. And now it's Thomas Bishop. Comes in now hitting .382 with runners in scoring position. However, in this exact same spot, he flew out in the shallow left field. 3-2 lead for Flora, top 5. Camden's already pushed 2 runners across, looking for some more damage here. And they will intentionally walk Bishop. Will not even give him a chance to do any damage. This will bring up Mac Mellichamp.
Stepping in the box, Matt Mellichamp.
The reason they bring up Mac Mellichamp is Mellichamp is 9 for 38 with runners in scoring position, .237, a lot better than Bishop's .382. So Bishop reaches base for the first time today. Mellichamp has actually reached base 1 out of 2 times. He walked, and he's also grounded out. Righty on, right to the first pitch. That one slapped to the right field side. Long run for Paul Choate, and will drop into fair territory. Haney will come around from second. The throw to the plate is not in time, and we are tied. An RBI single for Mellichamp down the right field line that drops in. Haney comes around from second. Bishop gets the third, and it's a 3-3 ball game here at Falcon Field.
Running at first base, number 3, Destin Bixby.
Bixby will go back and run for Mellichamp. Now Chandler Johnson will be the 8th batter up in the inning. Tried to continue it. Well, Camden's pushed across 3 runners now here in the 5th. I believe only one of them is earned, if I'm not mistaken. As now Dylan will be doing some signs here, looking for the first third defense. Of course, potentially Bixby would try to get in that run down between first and second to bring home the go-ahead runner, which is now standing 90 feet away. 2 on, 2 out, and now Coach Hallett will come out and talk to his right-handed thrower. We'll be right back. Chicken Dance, not good for the stream. So Chicken Dance finally leaves the airways, meaning we can come back on ours. We'll reset the stage. Runners at first and third. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th as Camden has stormed back. They've pushed 3 across to tie this game in the top of the 5th. And now Chandler Johnson, the 8th batter of the inning, will look to try to untie it and give Camden their first lead against Flora since the first inning of their first game. Righty on righty. McCutcheon will fire. The first pitch is going now to second. Going to be a throw to the second baseman, Roper Wensky. A successful stolen base for Bixby as Bishop's going to be forced to hold up at third.
Come on, Chandler.
Looks like Coach Hallett was trying to get the defense ready in case Bishop broke for the plate. He did not. So he stays at third. The first pitch is called a ball, the 1-0. Bender stays low, ball 2. Not seeing the action over there in the Falcon bullpen. Meaning it may be McCutcheon's inning to go. The 2-0. Fastball called, strike 1 right down Broadway. Sam put his back into that one and gives him now a strike. Johnson 0 for 2 here tonight. Grounded into a double play in the 4th and struck out swinging in the 2nd. The right-hander comes home. The 2-1 sails upstairs. It's ball 3. Sam will now step off the rubber, reassess the situation, and look around. You got Bishop on third, Bixby on second. 3-1 the count, 2 gone here in the top of the 5th, tied up at 3. McCutcheon will fire the 3-1. Beautiful 12-6 called, strike 2 on the outside edge. It's exactly what you needed, Sam. First base is open, 3-2, 2 gone. Runners will not be in motion. McCutcheon will come set. He'll deal. The 3-2. That one's lined up to the center field. Going to be a tough play. Charlie Scott. That will go all the way to the wall. It'll be a go-ahead double here for Johnson. 2 RBIs give Camden a 5-3 lead. Looked like Charlie might have had a play, but that ball kept carrying all the way back to the wall. It'll be a double for Johnson. And Camden now is stormed in front. They lead it 5-3 here against AC Flora. Those are the first 2 earned runs against Sam tonight, as Johnson will stand in the second with his 3rd double of the season. Well, now here it's the 9 batter of the inning, Wyatt Thompson, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Righty on righty, 2 away still as McCutcheon looks back at second. A throw that almost hit Johnson is caught by Chetwood. It's been a long inning now. Over 12 minutes in this one here in the top of the 5th as Camden has plated 5. McCutcheon delivers the first pitch, swung on and missed. Change up upstairs, strike 1.
Come on, kid.
The 0-1. That one's popped foul, an elevated heater. It's 0-2.
Come on, bud. Come on, Wyatt.
York leading Dreer 8-1, so the loser of this game will be playing York and or Dreer at their home field on Thursday. 0-2 on the way. Fastball just missed a hair outside. The whole Falcon field thought that was good. Instead, it'll be a 1-2 count now.
Come on, Wyatt.
The 1-2 on the way. Bender got him swinging, strike 3. McCutcheon pulls some more strings and gets the last out of the inning, but Camden comes storming back. They put 5 across and lead at 5-3. Falcons gonna need a rally here to the later half of this game. We'll be right back on Definite Fiction. So Camden, for the first time deep in a game, has a lead over AC Flora. They lead at 5-3 in the bottom of the 5th. As Zachariah Haney will return to the bump. He's been solid in the 3rd and the 4th, retiring 6 of his 7 batters. However, AC Flora brings the top of the order up to face him for the 3rd time. The left-handed Citadel commit, amping himself up as the Falcons trail by 2 here at home against Camden. He's reached base twice with a walk and a single, the first time. First pitch is a fastball away, ball 1. Melichamp can't believe it. Camden, a team that, well, first at 1-0. That one's lined through the right side of the infield for a base knock. Zach Sneed on his way to first fires the dugout up. He reaches base for the 3rd time today.
Now batting, number 18, Charlie Scott.
And now it's Charlie Scott up. The right-handed center fielder's reached base back in the 1st off of a walk. He's also grounded out to 2nd. Sneed over at 1st. Haney, immediate danger here for him. The first pitch home. Breaking ball caught a lot of the plate for strike 1. Broke a little over the heart. Long pause, Haney fires the 0-1. Call, strike 2. Breaking ball catches the outside part of the plate. Well, it's Scott here at the dish. Wensky on deck. If it gets that far, Tyler Hernandez in the hole. Nothing in 2. Elevated heater. Haney, maybe his fastest pitch since all the way back in the 1st, misses upstairs. It's ball 1. Well, going back to Camden, they're a team that was actually ranked in the top 10 for 4A by both Diamond Prospects and Prep Baseball. They come in here unranked after what's been an up and down season. The 1-2, swung on and missed, change up low. That'll be good for the first out here in the 5th.
Now batting for the Falcons, number 7.
Well, Haney, who's gotten better and better as this season goes on, gets his 5th strikeout of the night. Now he gets to deal with Roper Wensky here. Righty on righty, 1 gone, Sneed at 1st. 5-3 lead for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 5th. AC Flora trying to fight back. Haney fires the first pitch to Roper. Called strike 1, breaking ball on the outside edge. Roper reached on the fielder's choice back in the 1st, is struck out swinging back in the 3rd. Of course, him wearing that cage mask after the eye injury sustained back in the Forest Acres Classic during some BP. One of the weird ones, however, you know, Roper does Roper things. When he came back to the lineup, he was 2 for 2 against one of the best teams in Virginia, so how it goes. 0-1. That one's tipped foul after the breaking ball was inside. It's nothing in 2. And Camden riding that hot streak. We look back at before the 14th of April, they averaged just over 4 runs. They allowed over 5 runs. Now they're averaging over 8 runs, and they let up only 2. What a turnaround has been for the Bulldogs as of late. The 0-2 from Haney. Breaking ball, Wensky waits back and shoots it foul to the right side of the play. He'll stay alive. Of course, the only loss Camden has in the last 9 games is to one of the best teams in 4A, Gilbert. They're playing in the lower state, so meaning we will not see them, or Camden will not see them, until state championships, if you get that far, of course. The 0-2, fastball wide, good eye from Roper. It's ball 1. On deck, it's Tyler Hernandez. If it gets that far, it's his brother Dylan in the hole. The 1-2, breaking ball. That one's lined to the left field line. It will be just foul as it hooks late. Roper got ahead of the off speed as Haney starting to wonder what he's got to do to get Wensky out. It's a 3rd straight, well, 3rd of the 4th pitch, I guess. Wensky's fouled it off. The All-State second baseman gets on base over 50% of the time, .528 on base percentage. Trying to get on base here and get this Falcon offense going in the bottom of the 5th.
Let's go, kid.
Team that gets on base 47% of the time, looking to do what they do best. The 1-2. Fastball upstairs. Lenski lays off. It's 2-2. Another arm that was also warming up for the Bulldogs, not meaning to overload you guys with information. It actually was, I believe, to be Furness, the second baseman, was warming up between innings. So keep an eye on him if they cold call him. The 2-2, Snead goes, the pitch is popped into the air to the right side. Curling towards out of play, the first baseman Johnson will run out of room as it just gets out of play. That one looked like it was gonna stay in around fair territory, then got to around its apex and turn hard to the right. The right fielder, Freeman, actually will take a couple steps in. That right field line is wide open. Of course, Chandler Johnson, the first baseman, playing the hold. 2-2, that one's lined over to the shortstop. Ridgway waits back, steps on second for one. To throw to first is in time. And that will do it. Haney fights his way through the fifth and gets an inning-ending double play. He's 6 unassisted to 3. Camden leads at 5-3. We head to the back half of this one. We come back. Welcome back to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the top of the 6th here between Camden and AC Flora. The Bulldogs come up to bat for the first time with a lead now. They lead at 5-3 after a 5-run top of the 5th. McCutcheon will come back to the hill after that long 5th inning, and now he'll look to see if he can give the Falcons some pitching. Of course, pitching will be a premium later this week if the loser of this, well, the Falcons loses. They have to play on Thursday against what looks to be York, and then again, hopefully, on Saturday, and then Monday. A lot of pitching in a short amount of time. Righty on lefty, the first pitch after batting around the last inning is to Charlie Ray. He watches strike one on the outside part of the plate. The lefty gets in. Of course, quickly shout out to both Lauren and McSwain for the donations. We much appreciate it here at Definite Fiction. The 0-1 fastball stays wide. It's ball one. Count is 1-1. Well, Ray led off the inning striking out looking. He's 0 for 2 with a fly on and a strikeout. The 1-1 from the right-hander. That bender is just bounced foul to the right side. Looked like Ray nicked it. Well, just like last inning, it's 7-8-9. Ray, Freeman, Ridgway here for the Bulldogs. McCutcheon will look to work through this bottom part of the order here and get the Falcons' bats back up. 1-2. Fastball is spiked into the ground. It'll be 2-2. McCutcheon's longest game is around 6 innings. He usually goes around 5-4 depending on the situation. Today he's being stretched to 6. 2-2. Fastball, that one's lined the other way. It could get fair down the left field line, but it hooks foul. Would have been another bloop single for Camden. They had at least one, I remember, last inning, maybe one more if my memory does serve better than I like to make it sound like it does. Count is 2-2 though. Infield playing back. 2-2 on the way from McCutcheon. It's popped foul again as Ray stays alive. McCutcheon has 6 strikeouts tonight, looking for a 7th. 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Curveball got him swinging. It's a good for out number 1 and his 7th strikeout of the night from McCutcheon. Well, now it's the 8-hole. Logan Freeman up. Freeman got that inning started for him with a liner right back up the middle. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single, and now looks like Coach Hallett will bring his call to the bullpen. Well, McCutcheon, after a good 5 1/3, may be done. We'll be right back here on Definite Fiction as it looks like a pitching change is on hand. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. After 1 batter here in the 5th, McCutcheon's night is done. He ends with 5 1/3 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, allowing 6 hits, striking out 7 and walking 3. He turns it over to the goon, Luke Shalcom. Righty on righty. First pitch from the Trinity College commit is a changeup called strike 1 against the right-handed Logan Freeman. Shalcom making his 11th appearance for the Falcons this season, team high. He has a 2.84 ERA over 19 2/3 innings pitched. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, heater upstairs, strike 2. Well, what Luke is known for is that change piece, and of course the energy he brings to this Falcon lineup. Every time the Falcons go back to bat, he's the first one out of the dugout to greet everybody. The 0-2 from the righty. Off speed stays away, good eye there from Freeman not to bite. It's 1-2. Freeman stepping into the box, 1-2. Shalcom kicks and deals the pitch. Got him swinging, strike 3. Throws a heater by him. It's good for the 2nd strikeout of the inning and out number 2 here in the inning for AC Flora. Well, Clay Ridgway comes back up, who's been the toughest out so far of the night here. Ridgway has reached base both times on singles to boot. Shalcom, the righty, will get the lefty here for the first time. Shalcom has now pitched 4 outs here against these Bulldogs. He's struck out 3 of those 4 batters and allowed no earned runs and no hits, so no base runners. That's what you asked for from a reliever. The goon kicks and deals the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Changeup, strike 1. Reading up his stuff after the Forest Acres Classic from Diamond's prospects, they praise Luke's changeup. Said this is the gem of his pitching arsenal. The 0-1. Swung on and missed, another changeup. It's 0-2. Ridgway way out in front of it. Shalcom, he sighs and will come home. The 0-2. Fastball in tight, nice eye there from Ridgway. It'll be 1-2. Due up for the Falcons at the bottom of the 6th. They have 4, 5, and 6. It's Tyler, Dillon, and Rohan. AC Flora trailing by 2. It's a 5-3 lead for the Bulldogs of Camden. As the 1-2 on the way. Swung in line down the first base line, but it will go foul. Turned into the first base coach who had to turn out of the way. Of course, Luke wants to get this out here as the dangerous Zachariah Haney digs in the on-deck circle. The 1-2 on the way, swung on in, missed, elevated changeup from Shulkham. McCutcheon and Luke strike out the side here against Camden through the bottom part of the order. They keep the deficit intact. It's a 5-3 lead for Camden going to the bottom of the 6th right here on Definite Fiction. Welcome back here to Falcon Field. We're set to begin the bottom of the 6th as Zachariah Haney, the catching prospect for Newberry, has been brilliant on the bump here for Camden. Only allowing 3 hits and 1 earned run through these first 5 innings. You'll get the middle of the order here. It's 4, 5, 6. Tyler, Dillon, and Rohan. Falcons will come back from deficits like this here late in games, so have to do it here again. The right-hander comes to the lefty. The first pitch, change up away, ball 1. After the first outing between these two teams, Haney only went 4 innings. He's now working into his 6th. He's got to feel happy about his performance tonight. Now he's trying what would be his 4th win of the season. The 1-0. Fastball low, ball 2. Well, if there's someone who's not going to offer it many bad pitches, almost as much as Zach, it is Tyler. He's drawn 23 walks this season here for AC Flora. The right-hander kicks and deals the 2-0. Called strike 1, fastball on the outside edge. Of course, Haney had a 0.52 ERA last season for Camden. Comes in with a 2.13. That's probably going to be lowered. As Tyler bounces one over the second baseman, Furness stabs it out of the air. The high throw is just in time for out 1. Furness kind of rushed his throw. It felt like he maybe had a little more time to recuperate, but rushed that throw to first. It was good after the nice stretch from Johnson. Now it's Dylan Hernandez up. Dylan 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Righty on Rainey. Haney delivers. First pitch heater called, strike 1 in the outer third of the zone. Oh, 1 on the way. Breaking ball wide, ball 1. Haney's been doing a lot better job of attacking the Falcons hitters so far. The 1-1 on the way. Off speed, low and away, ball 2. Great eye from Dylan. That one dipped out late. Well, right as I give him some praise, he falls behind 2-1. There's your broadcaster's jinx of the night. You're welcome. The 2-1. That one's hard on the ground to the left side. Diving stop from Bishop. The throw from his knees to first. The bouncer that skips away from Johnson. A high throw. What a bounce. Oh my goodness. It was actually a great throw from Bishop from his knees. And they're going to call him out. What? I'm not sure what actually happened. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. Apologies. I was about to say what the heck happened. Okay, so it was a really tough bounce for Johnson. That one really shot up into the air. I didn't see Harris walking in. So Harris courtesy run for Dylan. A great diving stop from Bishop. Almost got the out. Now it's the dangerous Rohan Bremer, 1 on, 1 out. Righty on righty. Haney delivers. First pitch. Call, strike one. Off speed on the outside edge. Rohan's got the power to boot. One of the more dangerous hitters, hitting 6th in this order. The team leading 32 RBIs. It's 0-1. He fires Haney. That one's bounced to the third base side. Bishop will chase it into foul territory. It's 0-2. Looks like our Lady Falcons over on the soccer field are winning 6-0, so they should have an easy first round victory as the second half winds down over there. Haney looking back at first is Harris Rivers, and he'll deliver the 0-2. Swung on and missed, change up low. Strikeout number 1 here in the inning, and out number 2 for the Bulldogs.
Up next for the Falcons.
Well, now it's Jack Chetwood up with 1 on and 2 gone. Chetwood reached on a hit by pitch back in the second. He grounded out in the 4th. Righty on righty, 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. AC Flora trailing 5-3, tying run at the dish. First pitch, that one's hard hit on the left side. That one will find the glove of Ridgway, who dives. The shortstop makes the throw to first, but it's not in time. You'll never get the speedy Jack Chetwood. He reaches on an infield single, but not back-to-back, but 2 great diving plays from the Bulldogs on the left side of the infield. Wow. One by Bishop, one by Ridgway. One took a tough hop, the other one, there was no shot to get Chetwood. I'm almost surprised Ridgway even tried to throw it over. So the Falcons now have 2 on and 2 out here for Monty Lafitte. Looks like they're going to talk to Harris after. I didn't see what happened. I was focused on the play being made by Ridgway at short in the throw to first for Chetwood. Seems like Harris may have kind of jammed himself or something as he's trying to, I guess, kick it off. Looks like he does just that, and now everyone will retreat back to their spots. Smartly, though, Camden will use a mound visit here to talk to Haney. Haney's trying to work through 6 innings here. He's only allowed 1 earned run this evening, but he's got runners at first and second. He's trying to work through. First time the Falcons have had 2 on an inning since all the way back in the second. And that inning they pushed 2 across with 2 outs, I might add.
For the Falcons, Monty Lafitte.
Well, the right-handed Monty Lafitte will try to keep the Falcons going here in this inning. AC Flora trailing 3-5 here against Camden in the bottom of the 6th. Runners at first and second with 2 away. Righty on righty. Haney looking to shut the door on AC Flora in the 6th. Monty looking to extend it. The first pitch from Haney on the way. It's a fastball slowly tapped to the left side. Going to be a tough play. The pitcher, Haney, fields it. The throw to first is not in time. The speedster Lafitte beats it out. The bases are juiced with 2 away for Paul Choate. Well, here we go. Monty at first, Jack at second, Harris at third, and Paul Choate digs into the right-handed box against Zach Haney. Righty on righty, infield playing back here against Choate. Falcons have the tying and go-ahead runners on the base pass. Here we go, doesn't get much better. Haney delivers the first pitch. Change up, maybe a curveball wide, ball 1. On deck, if it gets that far, it's Zach Sneed, who's, you can just tell, is itching in the on-deck circle over there. The 1-0. Fastball called, strike 1. It's 1-1. That was around the knees of Lafitte. Just must have caught the lower inside part of the zone. One on one, swung on and missed, strike 2. Count 1-2, 2 gone, bases juiced here, bottom of the 6th. Paul Choate trying to get the Falcons even. Haney delivers the 1-2. Swung on and missed a curveball. Haney lets out all the emotion as he leaves the bases loaded for Flora in the 6th. Falcons still have a shot, though. We're going to head to 7 right here on Definite Fiction. Don't go anywhere.
Leading off for Camden.
Welcome back here to Falcon Field, top of the 7th, where Camden leading AC Flora 5-3 here. It'll be the top of the order, 1, 2, 3, Haney, Furness, and Bishop. They will face the Goon for the first time as Luke Shalcombe comes back to the bump. He faced 2 batters and struck out 2 batters back in the top of the 6th. Now he'll see what he can do here in the top of the Camden order. The lefty digs in, the right-hander comes home. The first pitch is lined to the left side. It will curve foul and hook out of play. Haney has reached base twice, once off an error in the 5th and once off a double in the 3rd. He's also grounded out. That was back in the 1st. York is up 8-3, but Dreer has the bases loaded in the top of the 7th over there, so still trying to keep an eye on who the loser of this will be playing. The 0-1. That one's tapped back into the mask of Hernandez. Looked like a changeup. It's 0-2. Shalcombe will come set. The 0-2. Changeup is just spoiled and fouled back. Looked like an outside pitch that Shalcombe kind of smiles at, saying, I almost had you. Newberry commit versus the Trinity College commit. Trinity College, for those visiting from Camden, is up in Connecticut. Had to learn that myself whenever I saw he committed there. The 0-2. That one's driven to right field. Going to be a tough play as Choate goes toward the line. He dives and it gets past him. It'll go all the way to the wall. Haney will dig for second. He may try for 3. As a throw comes in, Haney gets a leadoff triple here for the Bulldogs. Paul gave it a great effort diving, and I thought he came up with it, but it just must have bounced out of his glove. Haney, a leadoff triple here. That is his 2nd of the season and puts an insurance run for the Bulldogs on 3rd with nobody gone.
Now batting, Brady Furness.
It'll be the 2-hole second baseman, Brady Furness, up for the 4th time. Furness had an RBI ground out back in the 5th. He's also flown out and reached on a walk. Righty on lefty, nobody gone. Camden has a runner on 3rd. The first pitch from Shalcombe. Change him upstairs, ball 1. Haney's got to be careful. Shalcombe has picked a runner off from that position. Seems like he's not getting too far off the bag, understanding the importance of that out. Now a pick off to 3rd right on cue, a little behind Lafitte. Nice job from him to keep it in front of him. Of course, one of the more underrated parts about this Falcon team is the outfield arms. Charlie in center, Paul in right, Zach in left. You have to hit one pretty deep to score on this defense. The 1-0. Off speed runs in tight, ball 2. And on cue, the infield will come in here for AC Flora. All playing on the infield grass. The only one who's not is Roper, who's playing a little more on the dirt. Same with Chetwood. The 2-0. A shot to the left side, foul. It'll be 2-1. Of course, the loser of this will be back in action on Thursday. They will be hosting the winner of York and Dreer, which looks to be York, but of course, 8-4. Still technically not over yet. The winner will get the days off until Saturday, where AC Flora it all depends whoever hosts. AC Flora will host everybody, and Camden will host everybody but Flora. You get the picture. 2-1. Fastball is fouled straight back. It's going to be 2-2. First Camden making the jump to 4A for the first time. They fell in the lower state championship to Hanahan last season after they went 25-7-1. Trying to knock off the Falcons here at Falcon Field. They leave it 5-3 in the top of the 7th and looking to add on. They have a runner at third with nobody gone. The 2-2 from Schalkum. That one's hard hit to the right side, diving past Rohan Bremer. An RBI single from Furness, and it's 6-3.
Now batting, Thomas Bishop.
The infield playing in that may have been made on a regular play, but Rohan just couldn't dive and make it. So we'll reset. Runner on first here for Camden at the top of the 7th. They lead it now 6-3 with nobody gone. It's Thomas Bishop, who was intentionally walked last time up. He then came around to score the go-ahead runner off of the RBI single, or maybe the RBI double from Johnson, I believe. Righty on righty, Schalkum will pick off at first. Diving back safely is Furness. Furness has already stolen a bag so far today, I believe. It was all the way back in the first. See how aggressive he is with Schalkum on the hill, who throws one over yet again. The first pitch to Bishop. Curveball stays up and in, ball 1. Long pause between pitches as Schalkum looking back at first. Now he throws over to Furness, who is, again, very fast, so Schalkum smartly keeping an eye on him. He's able to take second earlier against McCutcheon, but he was left stranded there back in the first inning. He's been thrown out 5 times as well, so see if he gets a jump or tries to go. He does go, the 1-0. Called strike, no, it's called ball, and now he's between first and second. Schalkum will come join the run now as he will step out of the baseline and be tagged out. A base running blunder from Furness, who kind of held up between first and second. It's good for the first out. It was ball 2, high and away. But the Falcons do get the first out of the inning. It seemed like a weird play from Furness. He kind of like, probably maybe a hit and run that wasn't swung on by Bishop. That's the only thing I can really think of for why Furness would not, he didn't get a great jump. He got a good jump, but then kind of jogged out of his jump. It's just such a weird circumstances, but anyways, we'll return to action. It's 2-0 with 1 gone. Nobody on the base pass, as now the Falcons will shade Bishop to the left side of the infield. The 2-0. Change up call, strike 1 on the outside edge. The Goon shows off that pitch yet again. The 2-1. Change up is slowly tacked back up the middle. The second baseman Wensky's going to kind of make the play. The throw on the run is in time. There's 2 away. Well, now it's Mac Mellichamp who had the big time knock his last time up. It was an RBI double that gave them the lead. Righty on righty, 2 away in the top of the 7th. Mellichamp has reached base twice off of a walk, a hit in the 5th, and a ground out. First time he faces Luke. Changeup on the way is called, strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. That changeup so beautiful, it's almost like he tunnels it so well into his other pitches, you kind of can't think of what is and what's not a changeup. The 0-1. There's the heater. That's called strike 2. Outside edge against Melichamp. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Blew a heater by him to retire the side. So Shalcombe gets out of the threat. However, the leadoff triple and the RBI single from Furness gives Camden a 6-3 lead. Falcons got to rally here in the 7th. Looking to see if they can steal one late from Camden. We'll be right back on Definite Fiction. All right, I'm gonna come back quickly between innings here as Zach Haney's warming up. Couple shout-outs before we get going in the bottom of the 7th. First and foremost, 215. I just opened my phone for the first time in a couple innings, and, well, they're having their tryouts officially on May 17th, 10 a.m. at Ben Lippen. If you played for the 215 last year, you don't need to come. This is for first-year players of the 215 program. Again, Saturday, May 17th, 10 a.m. at the Ben Lippen School baseball field. And quickly, this is for personal. Shout out to Claudia. Thank you for the donation again. Much appreciated over on my end. As now, we'll let Haney warm up. He's going to try to work into the 7th and knock off AC Flora here. Will get their 9th win in the last 10 games. The Falcons looking to rally. They've rallied in these spots before, and, well, it's the most dangerous part of the order. The top of the order due up for AC Flora. And, of course, Zach Sneed will lead it off. Take the 215. Add off your screen, I'll put the music away, and here we go. 3 outs to play with. AC Flora trailing 6-3. It'll be Sneed, Scott, and Roper.
Falcons, number 15, Zach Sneed.
Haney, after leaving the bases loaded in the 6th, comes up for more, but he's been unable to get Sneed out. Sneed has doubled, singled, and walked so far today. The Citadel commit has been a nightmare for the Bulldogs. The lefty digs in versus the righty on the hill. Haney deals the first pitch. Called strike 1, change up on the outside edge. Well, Zach continuing to rake. He's now 11 for his last 23 at-bats. The 0-1 is high, fly into right field, but it will be playable for Freeman. He'll come in and make the one-handed grab for out number 1. First time they've been able to get Sneed out. It's good for out number 1 here in the 7th.
18, Charlie Scott.
Now it's Charlie Scott up here for the 4th time. Righty on righty, 1 away. Of course, the Falcons needing some base runners here. Want to at least bring the tying run to the plate, make Haney think. First pitch, call, strike 1. Fastball right down the middle. Haney has now hit 102 here on the day, pitch-wise. He's been incredible here for the Bulldogs. The 0-1. Off speed stays wide, ball 1. Also, York has officially won their game against Dreer. They will be traveling to either Camden or AC Flora on Thursday. Of course, Falcons trying to rally, Camden trying to hold them off. The 1-1. Fastball call, strike 2 on the outside edge. Haney kicks and deals the 1-2. Off speed stays upstairs, ball 2. Good eye from Charlie. It's so tough on a breaking ball when you see it come out of the hand to lay off on a count with 2 strikes, but Charlie able to hold himself back. Two on the way. Way up high fastball. It's 3-2. Well, the one thing Haney doesn't want to do is give AC Flora base runners. You have Wensky on deck, Hernandez in the hole and the second hole, if you feel me. The payoff from Haney. Swung on and shot foul to the right side. Scott will stay alive as that one's toward the cars. And Haney at 107. Yeah, well, all his runs in those first 2 innings and has since been able to keep AC Flora from touching home. The payoff yet again. Inside, ball 4, it's low, call, strike 3. Scott can't believe it, looked like a low curveball. Must have caught it, there's 2 away.
Now batting for the Falcons, Flora Varsity.
It's the 8th strikeout of the game here for Camden as AC Flora will look to lean on Roper Wensky to keep them in this one. Righty on righty, 2 away. And he's looking to go 7. The first pitch is fouled straight back and does get over the netting. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Off speed is popped into the air to the left side. Melichamp races over and he will run out of room and it'll hit out of play. Falcons now down to their final strike. It's 0-2. Camden looking to knock off AC Flora here. They fell twice earlier this season. After a strong 5th inning. I'll look to upset the 3rd 1 seed. The 0-2. Fastball way wide. Haney put a lot on that and overthrew it. It's 1-2. The 1-2 from Haney. Off speed, that one's grounded over to the second baseman, Furness. He has it, and that will do it. Camden erupts as they upset AC Flora on their home diamond. After losing 11-1 twice earlier this season, Zach Haney pitches a gem. And Camden now 1 win away from heading to the upper state semifinals. AC Flora's been here before, backs against the wall. They will host York here on Thursday in an elimination game right here at Falcon Field. Well, gotta give your props to Zachariah Haney. He was brilliant. After a rocky first 2 innings, he settled down quite nicely, able to strike out 8 Falcons and limit the Falcon offense, a talented offense that not often held in check. Camden, of course, got their big runs all in the 5th 5-run inning. That was enough to put them across. Well, here we go, do or die. Thursday night, AC Flora and York. And then if Camden does get AC Flora on Saturday, they will be here on Saturday. If they get York, they will be at home. Well, that'll do it from me. Thank you for joining me. It's been a long night. I'm going to go home and watch some Mets baseball. Thank you for being here, and I will see you Thursday.